Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. It's the night show. We on prime time. 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 Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. It's the night show. We on prime time. 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 Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. It's the night show. We on prime time. 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 Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks family, what's going on with y'all tonight, man? What's good out there, man? Wednesday night, chilling. No Knicks game tonight. You know, it's all good, man. So we're just going to bring you a little content tonight. Excited to hop on, man. Knicks Real Talk to Morning Georgia, man. Divine. Just have to hop on tonight, man, and shoot a little Knicks deadline news, man, and all that good stuff, man. Ain't no game going on. Like I said, we lost to Philly, on the past day, man. So, you know what? We got a game tomorrow, but right now, this is just the deadline edition. I'm not even here to talk about the game, just to get into a little bit of trade chatter and, see what's going on in the trade world out there, because we know it's about to start popping off a little bit. So I just wanted to do a show tonight, man. Trade idea, scenario, deal or no deal. You know what I mean? So I'm here, man. Salute to everybody out there. Like I said, I know y'all probably either home chilling out there on your grind, doing what you got to do. You know what I mean? Which is good, man. Just hope y'all safe out there and everybody, just taking care of themselves. Like I said, man, my motto, man, COVID-19 still out there. You know what I mean? Saying mask up, keep the distance, man, wash hands, all that good stuff, man. Look out for yourself and your friends, your family, your neighbors, and everybody. So it's all good, man. Like I said, Wednesday night, just chilling. No Knicks game tonight. You know what I'm saying? So I said, let me jump on and holler at the Knicks fans out there, man, who probably just thirsting for a little bit of Knicks talk. I know everybody out there doing anything as well, man. So I ain't the only one out here. But, for the brothers and sisters that I deal with, anybody want to, just talk Knicks, man, just hop on them, man. You know what to do. Knicks Real Talk, the night show, man. So, yeah, man, it's all good, man. Like I said, it's a quiet day for us tonight. We don't have no game. So we're just going to, just get into some Knicks talk. Salute Tim Smith. I see you, my brother. We're just going to get into a little trade talk, man. And that's what I bought the stream on night, just, because we're coming toward the deadline. Everybody got, the trade chatter is starting to pick up a little bit. You know how I go. And, we're going to be hearing a lot of things out there. So I said, well, let's have a little fun show tonight on the off night, man. Just get into some trade talk and all that good stuff, man. And other things pertaining to the Knicks tonight. But like I said, man, we lost a tough game. That's their Philly, good competing game, but we lost by 3. You know what I mean? So, but we went out there and played, though. You can't be mad at that. We left it all out there, so that's cool. You know what I mean? We got a game coming up tomorrow against Orlando at the world most famous arena. So we're gonna get in there and try to get it popping again, get this win game going, get a streak going. Hopefully, going into the trading deadline. We got a couple of games left. So next week is here, man. The trade deadline will be here. People gonna be moving, maybe not moving, who knows? But hopefully we be in the mix, just to see if we can get somebody out there that's going to help bolster this team, help take us to another level, just to keep it, to help us stay competitive like we are now, and even a little more and even a little better. So I know it's going to be a lot of talk out there. People are going to be wondering what's going on. It's going to, trade chat is big this time of year, man, because a lot of teams trying to improve. A lot of teams probably trying not to improve. They're probably trying to get rid of things, So but either way it goes, it's going to be some noise out there. And I know the Knicks is involved in some things, man. We hear it out there all the time, man. It's the media capital, so we always hear the chatter. You know how that go. But yeah, was some talk out there about various players that might come, whether it's true or not true, but their names are out there. You know what I'm saying? Like Lonzo Ball, Depot, Drummond. I mean, Miles Turner. You know what I mean? And so the names out there. You know, Levine, whether they moving him or not, who knows? So you know, Bill. I mean, this is the time of the year. It is what it is. So everybody out there about to wheel and deal, man. We'll see if we in the game. So hopefully we are. And anybody got any ideas, in the chat, man, throw me something out there in the chat, Smith and all you guys. And if it's something that you want me to put out there, I put it out there. You know what I mean? This is just a trade ideas and scenarios, man. It's the Wheel of Deals show. So just throw something in the chat, man, and let me know what y'all think. I'll give you my take on it, whatever, and we see what's popping with that. But other than that, man, it's good, man. We here and we just chilling tonight. You know what I mean? And it's all good, man. Knicks Real Talk, the night show. I'm in here, man. Just hanging out with you guys, man, and out there in the stream world on YouTube or whatever, man, just giving y'all some content, about the trading deadline. You know what I mean? So, we'll get into things that we think the Knicks may need. I'm quite sure, everybody looking at a wing, stretch, point guard, that's always out there. Maybe going another big, but I do know we pretty much need something, to come here, what position it is, I don't know. My thoughts was a wing, a nice size wing, or even a stretch four, you know what I mean? Just somebody who could put the ball in the hole, who could play defense. But can don't mess up the camaraderie and the chemistry of the team. Just get in, fit in with us to make us better. That's my take on it. I don't say we just got to go with get anybody, because I don't think that's the case. We need to get somebody who's going to help us fit. You're going to be able to get into the structure of what we're building down there and bring that same mindset and accept his role as coming to a new team to to be a part of. So hopefully we get a guy who thinks like that. And, who's willing to do that. At the same time, got to, do him too. But understand that this is a team game. We brought you to New York. We think you can help us win. As long as he got that mentality, I think we're good with anybody. Long as the organization pick who they think is the best player for us. And I'm quite sure they're doing their due diligence and all that good stuff. So, but it's out there, man. Like I said, this a trade talk edition, man. Will and deal, man. You know what I mean? Will deal or no deal. You know what I mean? What they gonna do. From my perspective, like I said, I was a big fan of the Oladipo thing. I'm a big fan of the Terrence Ross thing. I'm a big fan of the a lot of guys out there, man. Miles Turner, that's definitely a good one. You know what I mean? And I know we had a big topic about that in NBK last night. Like Miles Turner, pardon me, would be a good fit for us. Who we got to give up? That's an interesting thing right there. You know what I mean? But I hope it's not Mitch, but if it is Mitch, and I guess it is what it is, but I hope it's not. But that's why that position kind of, it's 50-50 with me. But I know Miles Turner is definitely a good basketball player. He can help us. So, that would be the case. Tim Simpson said he think Levine is a good fit. Yeah, I agree with you, Levine, 100%. And Ross as well. The Levine thing, I'm just wondering if the Bulls are willing to do that. Or they might think they got a chance to make noise too, because they're right behind us right now in the playoff standings. So I don't know, are they going to make a deal with him? Or are they going to say, you know what, we're going to build around him? And a lot of it just noise. I don't know. But you ain't kidding. I'd love to have that brother down here, man. That'd be the real deal. You get that brother down here. I know we definitely doing some upsetting in the playoffs then, because that man can score with the best of them. So it'd be interesting if that takes place. I'd love to do it, man. What we had to give up. I'll leave that to all the better knowers, you know what I mean? But it's reasonable. A couple of draft picks, a couple of players, you just got to go get it. You know what I mean? Me personally, I do two in some obviously contracts that we got on the books that's coming off. If Chicago Bulls willing to do that, say I take 2 first rounders and the players that's coming back in there, maybe like a young Knox, I don't know, you know what I mean? If Obi, whoever, you know what I mean, to get that dude, and you got to make that move. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, man. You might even have to go three first round picks. I don't know, but that kid is definitely worth it. I can tell you that much. So I see that, Tim Smith. I can deal with that. Ross sounds really good too, because obviously he's less expensive, but he's a really good offensive ball player, and he can get buckets. You know what I mean? And we need that. We need that. So, yeah, man, I'm with you on that one, Tim. Ross sounds good as well. Like I said, a lot of other brothers down on the stream, NBK is big on Ross, and I am too. I think he fits well with us. who somebody mentioned something the other day. I think BX Jetty said Rudy Gay. That was interesting. You know what I mean? I was like, Rudy Gay, okay. Veteran like that, who could score. You know what I mean? He's a real good veteran, been around and went up against the best of them. So that Rudy Gay thing sounds good too. I don't have a problem with that myself. And when BX told me about that, I was like, wow, that makes a lot of sense. You know what I mean? Rudy Gay, he'll fit right in with Todd Gibson and Derrick Rose, you know what I mean? And that's a real savvy veteran. The brother, he got game, you know what I mean? So he can't do nothing but help us. And, his whole career, he's been playing in the Western Conference against a lot, so, he went up against the best of them every night, and him and Carmelo used to go at it, you know what I mean? So I like that, man. So, that's a good trade too, man. For me, like I said, the talent is one, but the most obvious one I think we can get from me is Oladipo, because of whether we keep him or we don't keep him. Even if we don't keep him, I'm willing to give up a second rounder or two to get him on here, and a couple of players we got that might be aspiring or whatever. Using things like one of the young guys they may want. Certain ones is off the table because but I would have to look into that as well. I know a lot of people concerned about his height, but Oladipo can play two-way basketball. He good. Put the ball in the hole without the point guard having to give it to him. You know what I'm saying? Just like RJ and Randall. And I just think a guy like that definitely can take us a little higher than we are now, because if we stay consistent with his 19, 20 points, he'll definitely be a plus for us. In the last like 4 or 5 something games, that brother been putting on like 29. You know what I mean? So from what I read on some of the things, and I like Oladipo. I like his makeup. I think he fits Julius Randle's time frame. 28 years old. You know what I mean? Like I said, he's on there aspiring. And if we ball out in the playoffs from here to the playoffs and ball out, then we can think about whether we sign him and give him a deal. But there's nothing wrong with bringing him in if you can get him to give us a little bit more firepower. Especially when Derrick Rose and Alpha Payton, them guys get back, and Mitch. You had somebody like Depot, and now that's a whole different story to me. Him in that starting lineup and putting Bullock and out and off the second unit with the second unit. So I mean with Quickly and them guys. So I think it'll be exciting. We'll see. That's one guy that that I would like to get. But like I said, we heard the Andre Drummond thing out there. That's interesting as well. I mean, but man, I feel like when Mitch come back, our center spot is good, but I understand for a guy like Drummond, so that's a whole different story. But I won't put his position over the wing position to me. You know what I mean? But because of his talent, if he there, you got to get him. Tim Smith on the Lando thing, they had a lot of injuries, man. They had a plethora of injuries down in you think about the guys they lost, Markelle Fultz, Jonathan Isaac, Gordo was out for a while, Fourier was out for a while. They had a couple of pieces down there that was really set them back at the beginning of the year. You know what I mean? Because Steve Clifford had them guys playing pretty good in the last couple of years. But I think the injuries, the Markelle Fultz injury, that Jonathan Isaac, obviously, that happened earlier. I don't know whether Steve started now or last year, but his injury was a big loss to them. So, I guess Bukovic couldn't hold it all down by himself. You know what I mean? He has to cut the guy down there who's not even known that's trying to. But I think they go in a different direction. I think they're about to do something with that team. So you're going to get a lot of trade noise coming out of Orlando. You best believe that. You know what I mean? I think you're going to get some noise coming out of there, whether they're going to go ahead and just try to share some of the contracts, or I don't know. That's all depends what they're going to do with Vukovic. They can't try to tear it down and keep him. So if that's the case, then I don't think they would tear it down. You ain't gonna just that guy say he don't want to go nowhere. But at the same time, it all depends what their organization is doing or what direction they want to go. Whether they're going to try to hold on to what they got and hopefully get back healthy, or they're going to say, you know what, we're going to move some pieces. Like the Aaron Gordon, the Fouriers, and the Terrence Rosses and them guys. Them was names that I hear out there the most. I don't even hear Vukovic except for some people might saying that, another team won them. So I'm not sure. I won't even speak no hyperbole on that. But they look like they do got a chance, Tim, to sell a bunch of things down there. So to trade a bunch of things. I'm sorry. We'll see how it goes. Like for us, we just got to you know, look at all the options out there, man. And we'll take it from there. So we'll see Tim. And I got my man BX Jetty coming in a minute. God, I'm gonna bring the brother in to the show, man. Welcome to the show, BX. I see you in a minute. But yeah, man, it's that time, man. Knicks Real Talk, the night show. Me, your man Divine, man, just cutting up Knicks ideas and scenarios, deal or no deal. You know what I mean? So I got a guest panel coming on, man, and always a good pleasure to have a brother on here. We're gonna bring my man BX Jetty in the building. Salute, BX. What it do, brother?
How you doing, Divine? Hello, everyone out there in the chat. Your boy Bronx Jedi here.
Bronx Jedi here. Good. Sorry, brother.
Yeah, I was hearing you talking about the Orlando Magic and the trade deadline. I was interesting thought to going tomorrow night's game. Both Fournier and Gordon are not playing. They're both injured. They practiced today, but I don't think they're a game time decision. But it's probable they're not going to play. So we might go into that game with the Magic underhanded.
Right.
They're gonna be men down, and that's good for us. We could catch more breaks because we really need a must win against the Magic's coming up. The trade deadline, they're talking they're gonna move their Magic's, which they never do. Like I always said, they look like they're gonna make trades. They look like they're gonna actually be players. They're gonna blow things up. They look like load and retool, but they like Marquise Fultz. They also Cole Anthony's injured with a cracked rib. He's not playing. He hasn't played since February 9th, so he's out. So that's another advantage. I'm hoping our point guards could get back and really attack with them. But Aaron Gordon is not coming back to Orlando. He's not staying with them. He wants to leave. They're done. And Clifford is on the hot seat. And I was going to tell you that the last time we were talking about it. I said Clifford looks like he's going to be in the hot seat. I actually said Brad Stevens is not going to be there next year. But that's for the off season. But Clifford is in a hot seat, and it looks like he'll be coming in as my prediction, as an assistant coach, taking over with Kenny Payne, because you see Kenny Payne is up for the ball. He's also interviewing for a head coaching role, so we might get depleted in our coaching staff, which. That's the off-season moves. We're jumping. I know I'm jumping off a little bit off it, but it has to do with the Magic. It has to do with the Knicks and around it. And just wanted to give you that heads up on that. But I wanted to actually tell you about yesterday's game, man. It was a good game. I was looking for you in the morning, and I didn't see you. So I go, all right, I know you were going to come this evening. So I was going to like yesterday's game. What a roller coaster! You had the good, the bad, and the ugly with the game. That's the way I could sum it up. And then I heard you guys on the MBK at nighttime. I can't stay too late. I just heard I just had to see when the guy Kevin Cornerstone Kev wanted to get off of the Frank bandwagon. That was funny. I just had to go to sleep. I just couldn't stay up with you guys. That's a little too much, but that was hilarious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we cut it up.
How do we?
I was saying.
How do we explain that? Mm-hmm. I was saying, how could we have a guy go 0 for 15 in 3 games? That's hurting us with Frank.
Yeah. I mean, I was a Frank guy. Not to get too far the conversation about the show, but I think Frank would be in these trade scenario packages, maybe, man. I just see he without that going to the inside game, his one-dimensional jump shot. And I love Frank. I'm a defense. I love what he brings. But if Frank only thing he can do is pull up and shoot a 3 in the mid-range, he can't get to that basket because when his jump shot is not on, he can't do nothing else. It seems like to me, you know what I mean. But he's another name that might come up in these trade talks, man. You never know, man. Because I think the way the Knicks is playing right now, they playing like a playoff basketball team. And I think they're gonna want to have the playoff mentality players to help them. You know what I mean? So whether it's one guy or 2 guys, I just think they're gonna bring somebody in who it might mean that we might have to chill for a minute. Not to say we don't trade him unless we trade him, but if we don't, he might have to say, Tom Thibodeau might say, we're gonna have to roll with these guys. But in the off season, you get to get a full time in, you get to do this, you get to do that, and then you come back in the next season maybe in a better situation. But if we fight for that playoffs, I think it's going to be a little different thing going on. I mean, because the names is out there. You know me and where you stand. I'm big on Oladipo. I just think that he can bring something to this team, offensively and defensively. You know what I mean? So that's one guy. Like I said, the Terrence Ross thing. I'm big with that. And the Rudy Gay thing you said was phenomenal. Last time we spoke, and last time he was on the morning show. That Rudy Gay thing makes a lot of sense for me. I mean, obviously, then you talk about the big dogs like Drummond and all these guys as well. We're gonna see what the Knicks gonna do. We're gonna see if they're gonna pull a trigger or it's a deal or no deal. You know what I mean? And we'll find out what they're gonna do. But I'm hoping they do something. I think we need another player to boost that team offensively and defensively. And I think that we get that one steady guy, and you put him in that starting lineup and move Reggie Bullock, like I said, to the bench. That strengthens the bench and it strengthens the starting lineup. I think we'd be a problem when Derrick Rose and Alpha Payton get back. You know what I mean? So, and Mitch, obviously. So we're gonna see, man. I'm excited about it, though. You know what I mean? It's coming up, though. So everybody's starting to get the chatter out there, man. Well, anything else other than you think that's gonna go on with the trade that you looking forward to, if possible?
Well, we saw already the first fire was shot with Miami getting PJ Tucker. We talked about PJ Tucker would have been a nice second power forward and veteran, and they traded him. They traded him. DJ Augustine went to Houston and Houston got back Milwaukee's pick. It was a little bit of a complicated trade, but actually Milwaukee made a trade as well. PJ Tucker didn't go to. Let me read. PJ Tucker went to Miami. Miami and Milwaukee ended up getting Trevor Ariza went to Miami and PJ Tucker went to Milwaukee. Sorry about that. I got that confused there. I know, but he's ready. But we're starting to see movement. That's my point. We started to see movement. One of the things that got me thinking was that Miles Turner. That was a game changer when you guys talked about that. Miles Turner would look nice on the Knicks. That would look nice. That's a nice. Yeah, that's an upgrade. I like Mitch. We like Mitch Robinson because he's one of our own. We bought him, one of our kids. We drafted him. We scouted him. We found that diamond in the rough. But if we could fit for Miles Turner, and you like you said, stretch the floor. It have a center now that pulls the center away from the paint because he has to guard that possibility of three. Yeah, he's only a 35% plus shooter, but it's a threat. And Mitchell's not shooting any threes, and we don't want him to. Not that we want him to, but he's not, and that clogs the paint. And then you can have Julius Cook and all that. And that's him and RJ, yeah, absolutely. And I would trade Mitch, and maybe you want to give that first or later for a future first round pick, like 2023. I mean, first round is a little. It might be reaching. Yeah, it might be reaching. It might be a little too much. But let that to the front office determine what package is there. As long as they execute and get that trade in here, and we do and point guard is hurting us. We need a point guard. I mean, that's why we lost these last 2 games. We're missing point guard play. Yeah,
the best two of the best two we have too. Derrick Rose and Alpha Payton. Yeah, man. That's people don't understand that that's almost taking 20-something points and almost 9 assists, because like one give you like 12 and 6, one of them give you 12 and 5, whatever. Man, that's 11 assists. You're missing out the ball game, between two guys, and both of them give you 12 points a game. And even if the guys like Frank and them, because they are not scoring for the points that we are missing, or they literally we are missing their points. You know what I mean? So that's 24 points. Can you imagine if those two was here and they were getting their average? The Knicks would be I think they'd be fine. I just think that you got to even throw Mitch's 8, nigga. Like the last couple of games, Noel haven't given us nothing point wise. Let's say if you had them 8 points from Mitch and them 8 rebounds, that 8 more points that would have been in the starting lineup. So I think so it's important that our point guards take it back, and then we just find that player, man. I mean, you know what? I know the Drummond thing is out there, and he's a real deep, talented ball player. So I mean, that's another name people talking about. I don't know which way they're gonna go, BX, but I just hope that they do something that's gonna bolster the team, make us good, make us better, and that we can get to the playoffs. Our puncher's chance is very good. I mean, that's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping that happens, and I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to this next 4 or 5 days or whatever. And we got a couple more games left on the schedule before that happens, where we got Orlando, Philly, and Washington. And I think that after that Washington game, we either go into the trading deadline that night, so or that week, whatever. So it's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be heating up every day to going forward. I'm just hoping that we do something nice to make a move. Because a lot of teams, like you said, that trade with Milwaukee, PJ Tucker, that's a good fit for them. You know what I mean? Because when you take Giannis out or you take Middleton out and put PJ Tucker in there, they not losing nothing from especially defense. That's he shoot the corner three at a high clip. At one time, he was the best in the league at one time. So that's I think Milwaukee it's gonna be tough. I don't think people got to realize. I don't think Brooklyn is a guaranteed walk to that finals, man. I don't think that. You know what I mean? So we'll see. But we got the people got to make moves. Anything else you think? Any other move that you're interested in on out there?
Obviously something's up with the Knicks with the center position. They want to upgrade with Mitch. They're flirting with Drummond. They're flirting with Turner. They're looking at that center position. But I want them to get with the times because we know the NBA is a guard and wing league, and it's dominated. It's who could you got to surround. If you're gonna go strong with the paint and you want to go the inside, which I think Randall it is, they should surround the team with upgrade and shooters all around them. I know we deal with the hand that we have. It's just I would like them to just try to upgrade in shooters. They need sharpshooters on this team. That's what it is. They got shooters, but they're not consistent. They're talented, yes, but they're not consistent talent a night in and night out that you could rely on. And I told you I'm craving for RJ to be the closer, but he's not there yet. They run a veteran closer, someone who's a closer. You know he's a closer. He's got to come in there and close the show at the fourth quarter and know that he could hit that three when it's needed. Create his own three and could hit on a consistent basis. That's the kind of trade they need to look for. I don't know if this NBA trade season that players out there, but who knows? Who knows what they're working behind the scenes and what trades available. It's getting hot and heavy now with the ball. The closer we get to the trading deadline, Alonzo Ball name keeps coming more and more up with the Knicks, and not just from the Athletic, but all types of all beat writers are starting to write. The Knicks and Pelicans are talking, the Knicks and Pelicans are talking, but we as Knicks fans value our players high or low, actually, or we want to get rid of. I want to know what the NBA thinks about our talent. Like what I mean, our lottery picks. I think we need to get rid of our lottery picks in a trade and upgrade. I don't think they're going to pan out here. I think they need to change the scenery. When I speak of Frank needs to change the scenery. I think we need to have them have a change of scenery, try to explore the trade with the trading deadline. If there's a taker that wants our players, go ahead. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead. We have cap we have a lot, $15 million of cap. Someone needs to. There's a lot of other teams that want to get under the cap or want to get out of the luxury tax, and we need to explore to see. We kind of take a model of the Brooklyn Nets did years ago when they were in cap. They took a couple of bad contracts and they got picks back, and look what they did. And that's the type of model we need to kind of like adapt and kind of not say 100% go through that same mode, but something similar to that we need to take on someone's back who could give us something. Maybe. I don't want Artis Porter, but I'm using that as an example. Like an Artis Porter is a bad contract, or Al Horford is a bad contract, but you might get some picks because OKC has a lot of picks that they could get cap relief under the cap. I don't want those players, but I'm using that as an example, something that the front office could be creative and think of, because I mean, these guys are pretty intelligent. Like we spoke about this front office that we have when we believe in them. And I think they are pretty smart. They're not going to do nothing stupid. Don't do nothing stupid like in the past front offices. Trade first-round picks for 34, 32-year-old washed-up veterans that they used to has-beens that we know they're on the decline. They're not going to give us what we need. And as long as we get, like I said, as long as we get youth, we keep getting youth and athletic. I don't know. I want to see. That's why that point guard is important, because we want to score on a fast break. Fast breaks and ignites us. We have such a good defense, and we get one of those Noel blocks and we could quickly run it down the court and fast transition basketball. And instead of being down by 6, we could be up by 4 in a heartbeat. And that's what the team is in, a little athleticism. But you know what? They're playing to their strength. That's what the team is consummated right now, and Tibbs is putting them in that position. And these guys are talented, but not the most consistent talent. And we do need upgrade. And hopefully the trade deadlines, they sniff every corner of it.
Yeah. Well, salute to the chat, man. Salute to MB and all the people out there, man. Salute to all the fans. I got my man BX Jetty 76 checking in, hosting the show with me tonight, man. And that's the brother, the real deal, man. We just talking Knicks tonight, trade deadline scenarios. I mean, y'all salute to the channel, man. Subscribe, hit the likes button, man. We ain't here tonight, just talking Knicks, man, like we do. You know what I mean? And this the night show, man. That's what it is, man. So like I said, Knicks off tonight. We don't have no game. We got one tomorrow. Getting ready for the Orlando Magic coming to the world's most famous arena. So we're gonna be in the house tomorrow night. But I did the stream tonight just talk about trade. Because that's what it's about. All that's amping up now. Let's get our juices flowing to see what we think the Knicks are gonna do. They're gonna make a deal later, make no deal. So they're gonna stand square. I won't say be square, but I'm down with what we got right now. We have to roll with that. But I would love to see us do a little bit of see if we can boost the team a little bit, man, without putting a hurting on any money, any cap, any picks. Obviously, we will and dealing for the best. You got to give up something. But I just don't do nothing that's not wise. You know what I mean? If we could do that, and then I think we'd be fine, man. But I do think I love our team. I love the team we got down here, man. I really do. Even these last two games, man, the way we battled them two teams, and between them two teams, we only lost by 8 points. But we played creme de la creme of the Eastern Conference, and we went in and put in work with them. You know what I mean? We let people know that Knicks is for real. They not no LOL Knicks no more. We got a great organization that's doing good things with the people that we hire. Leon Rose, Worldwide West, Scott Perry. You know what I mean? Brock Olive, Walt Perrin, all these guys, and our coaching staff, Woody, Tibbs, Payne, and all these guys. They got them brothers believing that we are a good basketball team. We deserve to be where we at. So you know what? And I think if we go add another piece just to make sure we get in the playoffs this year, we definitely got a chance to upset somebody in the first round. And if we lose to one of the Brooklyn Nets or the Milwaukee Bucks or Philly in the next round, but I'll never know that we here though. You know what I mean? So I think we definitely would be nice to upgrade. And I do agree with you with the Knoxes and the Franks and all them. It's time. You know what I mean? I think the Knicks, I don't want to say the rebuild is over because people might misinterpret what I'm saying. I think between RJ, Quickly, and after Obi and I don't know, they trying to bring in another you to throw in there and come and start for us. I think they passed that to me. I think they're looking for 5 good veterans who can go out there on the floor. Not saying that young guys is not going to be a part of the team. I don't want people to misinterpret that. We're moving away from that. What I'm saying, I think they're looking to get to the playoffs, and I think they're looking to start building for a championship. And so if you don't get me wrong, you get a home run with a lottery pick, so be it. It is what it is. But I think they're also going to look to build this team through what they got there now. I think Julius Randle and RJ, they going to build around them dudes. Whether they bring somebody better than not, but they going to build around them two guys. I know that for a fact. You know what I mean? And so they're going to start going that route. But we'll see, man. That's why it's the association, the NBA, just like any other business out here, man. It's retail. They willing to deal it. They sell it. You know what I mean? Or they traded, man. But salute real quick to City for Real, my brother. I see you, man. Salute to you out there, man. You know how we do. City for Real in the building. All the Knicks fans, we just chilling, man. Talking Knicks. I got the BX in the building, man. So we're just gonna get into a little bit more stuff going on, man. And let me talk to y'all guys about some other things that's popping off. And let's get into this. The schedule for the deadline. Obviously, tomorrow, bro, we got Orlando at the world's most famous arena. Hopefully, I don't know if Alpha Payne and anybody coming back, but I do think that's a game we definitely can get. I think if we go in there and play out A game, I think that's one. I think we get us back to 500, and I think we could pull that off with the team we got. Because I don't doubt nothing after these last 2 games. Me personally, when I look at the things that take place, so I don't really doubt that we're not going to do that, man. And Kibbit, salute to you, my brother, for joining in. Glad you're here, man. So salute to everybody in the chat, man. All the people checking out on the show. Subscribe, man. Hit that like button. Me and BX in here just cutting up with you guys. So like I said, BX, man, the upcoming schedule, we got on Washington. Washington will be in the mix. We got Orlando, Philly, Washington twice, and right around there, the trading deadline. I think there's definitely some games that we can win. I really think we can go 3-1 if we play our game and that will put us like 2 games over 500 basically, which is good going into the trading deadline. So I'm excited. I'm excited about the game tomorrow. I think we're gonna go in there. I think that's gonna be our bounce back game. We win that one, put us back at 500, and then we'll take it from there. So what you think about the schedule coming up?
Yeah, the schedule it's all winnable. We have Orlando, we have Philadelphia, we have a back-to-back with the Washington, and the second game is on the trading deadline. You also have you got Milwaukee. We have to go back again to Milwaukee right after the Wizards game, and then we got the hot Heat. All these teams in front of us right now are currently hot right now. You got the Heat is on a winning streak. So is Charlotte. Right now, Boston is losing, and if we played the top 2 teams of the East back-to-back nights, and we gave them a fight. As long as we keep that same intensity, that same energy, that same game plan, and the effort on defense, we're going to be in all these games. Now, with every game that passes, and we get more familiarity and repetitious, and we see when we learn, because I know this team goes and look at footages and they learn from their mistakes, and they need to hit, and look, we were just a couple in all the games we missed a lot of key shots that put us ahead, but would have sealed the game. So law of averages, they're gonna hit. If they keep getting those open looks and they keep getting those, they gotta go in crunch time situation. So those tough losses, I think they're going to be a teaching moment, because remember, this team is learning how to win. This is their new no matter what it is, they're in new territory, how to learn how to win. They've been last in a few years in the East, and they're learning how to win under the new coach, under the system, and with more time comes on, they're gonna, like I said, they haven't hit their peak. The Knicks haven't hit their peak. They haven't gelled. They're learning how to play together. This is close to 50 games together, and they're evolving with the system and evolving. And we know that they need the talent. But we deal with the hand that we have in our and that's in the deck, and that's what they're doing. And these few games, they, like I said, they're gonna be in it. They're not gonna have no. I don't think they're gonna have any clunkers, despite the fact that we're depleted in man talent and the bench is getting stretched thin because they have to be in the starting lineup and XYZ, but they continue to execute and they continue the effort. You can see it in their body language. They don't give up. They don't quit, that's a good thing. They listen to the coach. They're putting the effort in. They're putting the work. They're rolling up their sleeves. So that effort is going to translate to something. It's translating something positive, which is going to be either more experience and allowing the guys like RJ and Randall to play more, to know where, okay, I did this in this game, I'm going to try something different, or this didn't work this time because I might, they see the film, they'll break it down, and I think they'll be all right. They'll be fine. They'll be okay. And hey, we just got to say, we got beat by two better teams that they're that's why they're in the top of the division for a reason. And to go toe to toe, we didn't get embarrassed. We should, and we're not taking moral victory laps either, but we ain't going to putting our heads down. Definitely not going to be putting our heads down and go, we're not in that level. We know we're not there yet, but we're getting close.
Yeah, you know what, man? I'm a moral victory guy to a degree, and I think them wins was moral victories to us, because I just think that to go in there and beat to play against some teams with what we have. I think people are not underestimating what Alpha Payton and Derrick Rose mean to this team, literally. And you could tell because of what happened when we had to put Alex Burks at the point guard because Frank couldn't do nothing, and they quickly needed a break. You know what I mean? So and I think that veteran leadership and all that, it makes a difference. Ever since Derrick Rose got to that team, the Knicks was playing some good basketball. You know what I mean? And I don't think people underestimate somebody like him who got more experience probably than anybody. Him and Todd Gibson on that team. I mean, these guys done played more basketball than half of these guys will ever think about playing. So, and they know the game, they know the NBA, they know the nuances, they know the ins and outs. But that's why they are veterans. You know what I mean? And we miss that. You know what I mean? I don't people underestimate how important that's like almost like a son without a father, or a kid without a father, or whatever, or a mother. You know what I mean? That's that experience that they miss, and if they don't have that around them, who gonna show them the way? You know what I mean? And I just think that's how important them point guard that we missing is to us, man. So you know what? And I think we'll get them back. And when we get them back, I just think that we're going to be a problem. I think we're going to be a problem. I really do. You know what I mean? Because I think it's a reflection of Tom Thibodeau. Tom Thibodeau got them boys playing Tom Thibodeau basketball. They fight, they scrap, they go hard, and that's New York City basketball. Always been that way. You know what I mean? Even when Red Holden had Clyde in them, you know, you couldn't just come in the Garden and do anything. You know what I mean? It was like then when the Ewing era came. I mean, I remember when back when I was growing up, man. I'm a little older than the guys when they had, they had Marvin Webster, all these guys. You know what I mean? New York was a gritty place to play basketball. And in the '90s, obviously, when Rowdy got there, he just brought all that there. So I think that's what Tom Thibodeau bringing. You know what I mean? He's from that tree. You know what I mean? Like you said, him, Steve Clifford, Jeff Van Gundy. That's the Pat Riley offspring. You know what I mean? And I think that's what Tom Thibodeau bringing to this team right now. Next man up. Yo, you need to go handle your business. If you don't handle your business, then you ain't playing in New York. I think that's where he at. You know what I mean? Because I think that's the culture that's been our culture for years. So I think we good there, man. And we take that game tomorrow into Orlando coming to the world most famous arena tomorrow to the Garden. We win that one, and Philly got to come back. Revenge game. We might have. I wouldn't be surprised if Derrick Rose or one of them guys to get back. You know what I mean? Elite. And if that's the case, it gives us another chance to get a revenge game on our home court. We should have won that game. I'm like, what? A couple of jump shots here and there. It was over, just like that net game. A couple of jump shots here and there. That game was ours for the taking. So I'm excited about that, man. And like I said, salute to everybody in the chat, man. Nick Land, I got BX Jetty 76, on the panel, man, hosting the show. And good brother, be around, real good mind, man. So I'm glad we bring it to y'all tonight. Nick's Real Talk, the morning show. Me and BX just cutting it up, bringing y'all content, man, keeping Knicks energy flowing, man. So that's what we're doing. Like I said, the schedule coming up after that. We got Philly, then we got Washington. That's a disappointing with Westbrook and pardon me, and Bill. And you got that guy what's the sharpshooter, and then you got Bertans. You know what I mean? You got Mutual Moore, and it's a shame that they playing the way they playing, that they not up in the race, but it is what it is. So we got them though back to back, and I think we can go in there and they come in the Garden. I think we can definitely get them games too. So let's hope that's the case. Now that'll tell you going after this trading deadline, the barometer we done set for us. So I always believed that we were the 500 team, but if we get to the trading deadline over 500, I feel real good. I feel good about that for the simple fact that whoever's going to be there, going to be there. You know what I mean? They don't have that anxiety on them no more. Like, man, am I getting traded or not? I can't concentrate. That could be what Frank going through. Frank would be like, damn, am I going to be here? Do I got to uproot myself? God, when them things get into your mind, man, you start thinking about that more than the game. I definitely could see that being in a young guy like Frank's mind, because and a couple of other guys, like because they hear the trade tag, they not ready for it. You know what I mean? Like Obi and all them, they not ready for all that. They had to go through that in college. Am I getting traded? No. Now you in a pro, you start hearing all these scenarios out there, and you reading the papers. You on your audio and video. You checking out the different channels, and you hear your name popping up in chats. So I know they got it. It's hard to stay focused like that. So hopefully, once the trading deadline is over, everybody know where they at. Then we can get back to just focusing on basketball. So I'm hoping that's what we're to do. But if we can get these next 4 games, man, at least 3 of them, and going to it looking good, I think we'd be good, man. What you think?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and I just wanted to, with the Derrick Rose, ever since the acquisition of Derrick Rose, the Knicks were 7-3 with him in the games, starting or in the bench. So that's a big difference. That's yes. I would sign up. Anyone would sign up 7-3 every 10 games with a Derrick Rose on the team. So he has been. He could say. Dare to say, I know Randall's the MVP, but that trade is right there, like an MVP type of trade. Bringing Rose in, because what Rose and Payton are, they're floor generals. Some of them, granted, some people might think they're not 5-star generals. They might be 1-star general, but they're a general. Right. There's a reason why they're floor generals. They they have that peripheral vision. They know where every knack player shooters where they like to be fed the ball, what part of the post, what part of the wing. They get that. They know how to break down the defense and make the life easier. And you're asking guys to play out of position in Burks, and he's not that. Burks is a journeyman, a talented journeyman, and you're asking him to substitute and imitate these Rose or Payton, and that's too much shoes to fill, and they're not up to that. And the same thing with the rookies there. That's too much shoes to fill for them. Granted, Quickly's doing phenomenal for a rookie. He's doing excellent, and kudos to him, and he putting the work in. And yeah, but you can see where it's affecting him on the free throws. He's missing a lot of free throws that he would normally miss, and now he's now there. You know, he's second unit, and he was feasting on it. And he's still elevating his game with the starters, but you can see now certain shots are getting blocked, or players are clogging their lane or taking away his tendencies, because there's a reason why those players are starters, because they're a bit above their talent. They play a little better. So it's good that Quickly's getting that baptism under fire on the floor, which is only going to help his game, and which is going to be good. And we were hoping that Obi Toppin would have done that. And there's a reason why they've drafted Obi Toppin, because he was supposed to be the heir apparent for Randall. Randall was supposed to be going in the trade deadline. We were supposed to get a king's ransom from him, and it turned out, no, wait a minute, this guy is a franchise player, and that's what it is. The narrative changed with Julius Randle, and it pleasantly changed the direction of the team. And we all know that's why they picked Obi Toppin. They could have had Halibut, because it would have been they didn't know what they were getting in Halibut. We don't. Hindsight is 2020. People say they're going to say, "Oh, I them," but when his name at that present time when the Knicks picked him, because Obi was supposed to go 5th or 4th or something like that, and they passed on him, and like, wow, he fell on our lap. And maybe the scouting departments from the other teams saw something, but the Knicks picked him for that reason. It was to be Randall's heir apparent, and that's what he was supposed to be coming in after the trade then, like now. And get, all right, this is going to be for you. Now you're going to get the keys to the kingdom and go. Because Randall was supposed to bring us a whole draft picks or whatever they were thinking of bringing us. And that's with that. But like you said, we need to, if he's not playing in the games, they need to sit him. They need to let the game slow down for him. Let him sit on the sideline and let him slow down. And I wish that Rose would be on the sideline, even though he couldn't play or with the COVID, but he can't because of the COVID. Because he's like having another coach. Even though he's not playing, he could talk to it quickly on the timeout. Pull the guys. Hey, listen, I'm seeing this on the floor. Or bro, hey, listen, I'm seeing this. Man, try that, but he's not there. And that's you miss him not just on the not on the court, but outside, even his eyes on the sidelines. You could see they see things, and they need that communication. That's why when I see the timeouts, when the Knicks, I don't see Payton nowhere near there. He just sits there, with the mask and either enjoying the soundtrack in this on the arena or whatever the case. I want him. I'm like, why isn't he not talking? Say something. Granted, you're not playing, but at least give your input. Pull somebody. Hey, listen, I think I seen this on this and that, and I don't see that from Payton on that. That's a problem, because that's why he's always been a journeyman point guard. He's a good one. We miss him. Don't get me wrong, but those are the little keys that separate you that wants to be great or take your game to the next level. And I don't see Payne. I'm actually disappointed with that. Since I have the league pass and you get through you don't go. I don't go through the commercial. It stays in the arena floor, and you get to see that. That's why I could see that inside, like that old 22. And that's why I notice on the timeouts, and I see who's sticking an ear in there. Even if you're not in the game or not involved, you should at least have an ear to it and see, hey, what is coach coaching up and what? And let me see. And I see how these guys executed. Oh, wait a minute, I see. And now those call a lot of players. That shows who wants to excel, who wants to take their game to the next level, or who's just here to get a paycheck. Who wants to just, I'm just a pro. I'm going to get a paycheck. I'm here. I have a contract. Just pay me, and that's a big difference. And as much as I don't like Frank gets involved in those huddles. He's there. He's listening. He's looking. The kid wants to learn, but he doesn't have the. I don't think he doesn't have the talent to sustain a starting role in the NBA either. I know I'm a little bit off topic. We're jumping from the players to player, but we're talking about our team and the direction and what. I see from him as a fan. I'm not a scout. I'm not a professional one, but what I see, and I've been watching the game for over 20 plus years, and I know, and you could tell when a player has talent and when the player wants to learn and is hungry, and that's what we have. We have young kids that are hungry, that want to learn, that want to play, and with some certain veterans, you don't see it on the team, and that's sad.
Yeah, but and I think that's the reason why. If that's the case, that's the reason why they end up in the situation they in. And like I said, I don't get to watch all that, so I wouldn't comment on it too much. But if that's the case, and you know what, that's not good, man. Because you need your veteran player to be a voice. They need to be a voice of reason. You know what I mean? When a player having a bag and like, oh, you know what, calm down. Just get your thoughts together. It's only the first half. Just shake it off. and come back and just and they need that, because that lets them know, like, first of all, they believe in what you're doing. You know what I mean? They trust that you can go out there and do it. And I think that's important, that that them veterans have that leadership, man. Every team needs that. I don't care how young you are, but you still need a veteran. You look at prime example, the Memphis Grizzlies. They got John Morant, all the young guys, but you know who's one of the most important guys on the team? Valanciunas. You know what I mean? Valanciunas, they center. Cause that's he been around the league. He know the game, and he could tell them young guys in certain situations, you know what, boom, 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 boom. This is what it is, and I think that it's so important. I just think experience is the best teachers. You know what I mean? And having experience around you, it goes a long way. You know what I mean? It goes a long way having experience. And then that's like our parents. Like they say, you think you grown, you ain't grown. You know what I mean? I'm just being real. You know what I mean? That's what it is, man. So having veterans like that, I think that's important, and we have that. You know what I mean? And that's why I like the Derrick Rose when they brought him and Todd Gibson in there. Somebody who could tell you this or that, right from wrong. You go this way, don't go that way. If your man do this, he gonna try to do this, and you do that. You know what I mean? And I think that's good for the Knicks, man. You know what I mean? So like going into this Eastern Conference standard thing, man, we got, we in HC right now. We've been high as the 5th, you know what I mean? But obviously on this 2-game losing streak, we dropped it back, but I think we'd get back up there in the next 4 games. But it's tough, man. Like I said, you got Philly up there with Brooklyn. Milwaukee done got better. Miami on the rise. You know what I mean? Atlanta even starting to get back in their groove. You know what I mean? Boston going to be Boston. I mean, it's tough. Chicago playing better. You know what I mean? And so we just got to maintain. This is a big stretch for us. This is a really good big home stretch for us. I think this could be one of the most important home stretches that we have in a while, because I think this can really make a break. We can go that way or we can go that way. We can go up or down. But I think it's important that this home stretch. This is going to be real important, and to keep us in that conference standing race. And and we see where we at, man. And I'm get into that. But I'm gonna bring the brother City for Real in a few. He's gonna join the panel, guys. City for Real, what up, brother? I'll get you in here in a minute. But so what you think, man, of this Eastern Conference standing race, man? Everybody jockeying for position. We in there. We've been up, like I said, we've been up high as 5th. We down to 8th. So what you think about the standings right now, and then what your prediction is gonna be like?
In the words of the great divine, it's Knicks March Madness. It's NBA March Madness. In your words, it's a madness. It's going up and down. 2-game winning streak, 3-game winning streak. You start jockeying, positioning up and down, here and there. Just think about it. If the Knicks were to hit a couple shots, we would have been, dare I say, 3rd in the conference if we just hit and we didn't have decimated with injuries. Or we could, as Ezekiel said, we could have been 12. But it is what it is. And it's crazy. Any day could happen. Anything could happen. As long as they keep playing. Hey, what's up, City for Real? How you doing? What's going on? And that's what I'll stop so we can say hi to City and let him come in. What's up, City?
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
Salute, City for Real. City for Real on the check-in, guys. Salute the City for Real.
Yeah, you already know. Hey, man, I'm just chilling. I was just listening to you guys. You know what I'm saying? I was like, let me join in the chat, man, because we talking about the Knicks. So you already know I'm about that business.
From a fan for the fans, y'all already know Knicks Real Talk, man. BX, man, go ahead, brother. You continue. Your routine, man. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, you got it. And I was saying that with these next upcoming game in the conference, and also like I heard before in NBK, if we don't make the trade and we don't get these players, Boston will, or all teams that are ahead of us or trying to catch us, they will pull the trigger, or they'll try to pull the trigger to get these players and upgrade their talent. So we like what we have, and we want to stay pat, but these other teams will. If it's about developing and taking that next step, we need to invest and get these players that will make sense for our team, not just to make a trade to make a trade or to spend money just to spend money. We need to be wise with it, but we definitely need a talent upgrade if we can and bring him into our system, and so we have enough time also to gel. I would have like since that we would have liked to trade it before the trade day or before start break, so they could bring here, get to acclimated and and know their roles in their team. But I think the 25th, we're going to be active. We're going to be active. I said last time, I'm flipped. Last time I said they'll probably just get it through the waiver wire. But games, and like I told you, the net game, when you saw all the executives up front and you saw how hard Randall's playing and how much passion the team has, and then they go out to Philly and they play like that and they were just under talented, they're going to make a move. Yeah, they're going to make a move.
Real quick, I just want to throw it. Kevon said he think that the Sands is all set already. It just everybody's just gonna be juggling back and forth now. So I guess he think like the eight that's there now probably gonna be the 8 that's gonna be there, and they might go one way up, but they 1 up, 2 up, whatever they the 3rd, 4th, 7th, whatever. But he thinks that the people that's there now, the team that's there now, is probably gonna be the one that stay there. And I kind of agree with him in a sense. I think you pretty much know who's gonna be there now.
I agree.
Yeah, and like unless an injury or something occurred, then that's a different story. You know what I mean? Then but it's gonna be interesting after the deadline to see that, man, because that's when to me with the season starts after the deadline. I think that's when the season really gonna start. I guess what I'm saying. That's when everybody gonna pick their game up, because now the dust unsettled. Everybody, other than the waiver wire still coming up, whoever's gonna be on the waiver, they can get off the waivers. But I think teams gonna be saying, okay, you know what, now it's time to go at it. You know what I mean? So I think that's what it's gonna be, man. So we just gotta stay in that Eastern Conference race like right now and don't fall out and just keep getting better. But I do think this is a big 4 game for us. It's part of me, and I think this really can tell us where we're gonna be going forward when we get our players back. So in the next 4 games, if we get some guys back. You know what I mean? And then we go in there and we really see what we're going to do. So, City, what you think about where we at in the Eastern Conference standings, brother?
Hey, I like it. I'm okay with it, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? What more could we ask for? Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, yes, we lost a couple of games that we should have won. And yes, the team has overachieved from what Vegas had us to be. I feel like those guys don't feel like they overachieved. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like those guys feel like we could bang with anybody. We could hang and bang with the best of them. So, when you're a competitor, like, you know what I'm saying? You always got that inner drive to where you feel like you can handle your business. Like, you know what I mean? And so I think they held themselves to a higher standard than what everybody else held them to. You know what I'm saying? As far as it goes, like media wise. But when it comes down to where we at right now, I like it. I love it. I can't be upset. I can't be mad at where we're at. I can only be happy. You know why? Because we making noise. Like, you understand what I'm saying? We wasn't making noise last year. Now we in the thick of things to where, yes, we can say, yo, you know what? Player 2 or 2 or 3, whatever player here and there, we might make even more noise. Like, you know what I'm saying? But as long as we making the right moves and bringing in the right people, like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, because I feel like if we're gonna bring in somebody, let's get this straight off the bat. You better be able to play some defense. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, you better be able to play some defense, because our team, that's what we rely on, is our defense. You know what I'm saying? That's just like a given. That's what our team relies on, is our defense. So if we get anybody, I just want it to be somebody that knows when they coming in, you coming in to play defense and you coming in to play hard. Otherwise kick rocks. Like, you know what I'm saying? We'll see you later. We'll trade you for somebody else that we know can come in here and play the defense that we need, the defense that we like, the defense that Tibbs be talking about, But as Tibbs says, man, like, the games keep coming. So, like, you know what I mean? We just got to be up and ready for this next one. And wait, who do we got? Orlando, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We just got to be up and ready for Orlando, and we just got to make sure that the players don't take it lightly, because right now we in the COVID verse. You know what I mean? Where anything can happen, and this season has shown us that anybody can get it on any given night. Like, you know what I mean? There's so many teams that's going through those stretches where you're like, oh, yeah, they ain't gonna beat them. I ain't even gonna worry about it. And then you go back and you turn around and you look, and that team won. Like, you know what I'm saying? So this is a year that anybody can get it, and we just gotta stay. You just got to stay focused and professional. Our Tibbs got these guys playing, and I think we'll be all right, man.
Yeah. I agree with that, man. Like Kev said, Kevin Bergen said in the chat, we know the NBA know that we putting teams on notice, and we are. And I stay true to that power, because people know the Knicks is here. They know we play hard basketball. Like I said, them last 2 games, man. If that did not tell you who the Knicks team is, then no, I don't think y'all watching the basketball that I'm watching. You know what I mean?
Right.
Got to be watching basketball, and I watch 82. I'm an 82 gamer. All my 80, right. I don't miss a game. You know what I mean? So when I sit down there and watch what I'm watching, you cannot tell me that team is not a gritty, I ain't giving up type of mentality. I'm going out there, I'm putting it out there. You know, and you know what? And I know a lot, it's overachieving to a degree, but at the same time, I think I don't even know if it's overachieving as much as this here. We got a coach who know how to coach basketball. He know how to coach talent. You know what I mean? He know the ins and outs of it. And I just think that when you got somebody like that, because people like Julius Randle was a talent. You know what I mean? The man is an all-star. He a talent. RJ Barrett is an up-and-coming all-star, future all-star. He's a talent.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and quickly, and all them guys, and Derrick Rose, they talented. You know what I mean? So if that's why we might not have superior talent, but we have talent. And I think we getting the best out of that talent with Tom Thibodeau and Mike Woodson and Andy Gay and Kenny Payne and Johnny Brandon guys. He getting the best out of them, and to me, they letting them reach their potential. You know, and that's what bothers me so much when I see Frank have a bad game like that or Obi have a bad game, because I know they got the coaching around them. You know what I mean? It's like you got some good coaches around you. You know what I mean? So hopefully they get that together, man, and we do that, man. BX, man. So what you think about what we're gonna stay in the standings, man? You think we're gonna, you know, what you think?
We're gonna flip flop. I think they're gonna. I personally think they're gonna finish 5th. By when the dust settles, they're gonna be 5th. It might be a little bit wishful thinking, but I know they have a hard schedule, but it don't mean nothing. We could see what we had a hard schedule starting the beginning of the year, and look where we ended up, what we did. We started the All-Star break with a hard schedule. We have the 5th or the 4th hardest schedule in the association. And this team doesn't back down. They don't rarely get blown out. They're there. They fight. So I think they're going to finish 5th, because I think other teams after a while, they're going to start thinking about going to play on the links. You know, going to play golf, and they're not going to be efficient. They're not going to be thinking about wanting to go the grind, and they're going to get tired and hopefully, or some of these teams might be wrapped up. Like Lakers they're going to be like maybe the 3rd seed, and they're not going to start resting players and XC reasons. I think finish 5th right now. And right now I was looking at all the Denver's is leading Miami. Boston is down to Cleveland. All the teams that we're chasing, they're losing tonight, which is a plus for us. You know, it's going to be a seesaw battle every night. We're going to be looking at standings and looking at who's who, what, and that's part of the madness, which is that's fun. It's nerve-wracking, it gives you anxiety, but it's fun at the end of the day, and that's what's going to happen with the Knicks. With that, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think we're definitely going to be up there. I just people underestimate when we get them players back. You know, and I just see it when Derrick Rose and Alpha Payton come back and Mitchell Robinson, our team gets stronger. You know what I mean? So I just think that, and if we so happen to make a move, then we get more stronger. You know what I mean? But I think we got a strong team. I just think people underestimating because they're not household names. They're not superstars. You know, you could have a bunch of great players and still don't have a good team. You know what I mean? You know, so I have seen team with good talent and still didn't do nothing. You know what I mean? So it's not about so much only not talent is important, but it's more other characteristics that's involved with making a team good than just only having talent. You know what I mean? Because you can have all the talent in the world, but if you ain't got the structure, you don't got the organization, you don't have this and that, you just got a bunch of guys who can play basketball. But if you don't got nobody to make them play better basketball or teach them how to get into the nuances of playing basketball, then you just got somebody who got talent. You know what I mean? So, and I think that what we do have down there, we got a lot of guys who are willing to put in work. You know what I mean? And that's one thing I credit that to Scott Perry when he took over this organization. He brought a little type of culture there. This is what the Knicks culture is about. You know what I mean? And that didn't start this year. That started with Scott Perry. The way he had them guys doing what they were doing. You know what I mean? So now adding Tibbs, who's the culture guy, and having Woody and all these guys who've been around it, that makes a big difference. You know what I mean? And I just think that's the reason why I think we're going to be in that race when we get our players back. I think we do have the culture and the structure down there to say, you know what, we're going to get better. All I see Knicks always do, they always say we trying to get better every day, and that's not hyperbole. Because like I told somebody the other night, I don't care if you 3 or 4 or 5 always points better than you were, but think about it, you did get better than you were. It might not mean a lot, you know what I mean? But if the Knicks will score 104, now they might go up to 107. It's only 3 points, but that's still 3 points. They made an improvement, you know what I mean? And I think if they keep doing that with the players we got, and sometimes them type of characteristics override talent sometimes. Because you got some guys with talent, but they're just lazy as hell. You know what I mean? They don't want to put in. So you can shoot a basketball, you got talent, but you're not putting in the work. You know what I mean? And I just think that's a different thing with the team.
Great example.
Have. Yeah, man, no doubt. I just think that's how we.
I was gonna say a great example on that was remember Derek Coleman from the Nets. That guy had all-world dream team level talent and never did anything with it. And that's exactly to your point right there.
Mm-hmm.
Right, exactly on your point. And if you got all this talent and all this, and if you're not part of you don't get with the program and the scheme and the rotations and getting there and getting dirty and doing the little things, tangibles, they're not going to win. You're not going to go anywhere. And that was there. Yeah, that's 100% your point. I agree with you on that, Divine. Excellent point.
Yeah. I just think it's so important that we have that, man. And but we here though, man. And Knicks is in the building, man. I don't give a nobody say New York Knicks is in the building. We a legit team. You can say what you want to say. The Knicks is back, dog, and I believe that, man. I think we back. I think we back as an organization. I think we back as a team, as a fan base. We back, and that's why we here. We loyal, we dedicated, diehard fans, but they giving us something to feel good about. That's why we got the stream going on now. Knicks Real Talk, the night show. That's why I got City for Real in the building with the chat. Salute to everybody out there, man. This is what it do. This is what we are. We fans, bring you content for the fans. You know what I mean? So it's all good. I'm having a good time tonight with you brothers up in here. But let me ask y'all this question. City, what do you think the Knicks going to do at the trade deadline?
It's hard, it's hard to say just because I feel like I've always felt like if we make a move, it's gonna be in the off season. Like, you know what I'm saying? I really feel like the team that we have right now, our only problem, a lot of people like to say we don't have talent or whatever, but our only problem is just inconsistency. That's what our main problem is. It's not really about the talent. It's not about having, the superstar guy and this guy and that guy. No, because guess what? We had one all-star, right? Which was Julius, right? And we hung with the Nets, bro. Like, we hung with them. Yes, they didn't have KD, but it shouldn't matter. You know why? Because they got superstar James Harden. They got superstar Kyrie. You know what I mean? They got all these other pieces on their bench, like, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever, like proven guys. We come in the building and we hang and bang with them. People want to say we need more talent. Our talent, I get it, we do, but our talent that we have right now has gotten us to where we are right now. Like, you know what I mean? Can we use an extra piece to push us over the hump? Yes, but at the end of the day, I don't think that how you say, like, I don't think that it's one of those things where we have to automatically go out and force it to get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't believe that. 'Cause I feel like if we don't got anybody coming, trade, whatever, we probably still gonna make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Now, what we do in the playoffs is different, but we probably still make it there. Like, you know what I mean? And I keep saying this, and I'm a big fan of it. I always feel like if we make it there, then you start to show and prove and have other guys say, you know what, man, if I was there, yo, things would have been a little bit different. Like, you know what I'm saying? People start looking at us differently if we make it there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But I think but if we got to make a trade, I just hope we make the right trade. I'm not going to be mad about anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? If we make a trade, I hope we make the right trade, and I hope we give up the right pieces to get back a player that's going to fit in our system, not for this year, but for the long run. Like, you know what I mean? Don't just go and get a guy just so we can say, oh, yeah, we made it to the second round. Like, you know what I mean? No, get a guy that we know for sure is going to be with the flow. That's going to say, yo, you know what? I want to stay. I'm going to rock with you guys because I think you guys are going somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the player you want. I feel the same way. We just got to bring that player in there that's going to want to play. I think it's going to happen, guys, and I really do. And like you said, but if we don't, can you just imagine if we had Derrick Rose and Alpha Payton back the last two games? We would have been singing a whole different tune in New York City if them dudes would have played these last two games. I really believe that. We would have been talking about Brooklyn, Lord. We beat Brooklyn and we beat Philly. So that's why I say when people be talking about we don't have talent, nah, you need to kill all that noise, man. You know what I mean? Man, we have a talented team. We don't have a superstar talented team. But Julius Randle, to me, giving it to anybody, Julius Randle can give it to anybody in the league any day, every day. He can do that. RJ Barrett, and once he get more consistent, people can say what they want about RJ. RJ is at right now scoring 4 or 5 more points than he did in his rookie year. What is that? That's improvement. You know what I mean? The kid is putting up 18, 19, and 20 on NBA dudes in his second year. So if you say he's not talented, you must be blind. You know what I mean? For real. And think about next year. He probably next year come now. I'm going to take another step. Now you might see him as 20 points a game, borderline maybe all-star. You know what I mean? So I just think that we do have some talent down there, and I think you build around them guys. Then when Mitchell Robinson get back, he's got that middle down for us. Noel, he did a good job backing him up, but I don't think Noel is still Mitch to me. Mitch just do things on the defense and just by the way he perimeter, he covered the floor, he's spreading the wings, man. He make a heart, and I love Noel's block shot mentality. Now Noel could block some shots, I give him that, but he still don't roam that thing like Mitch do. Mitch, that's Mr. Robinson's neighborhood. I don't care what nobody say, and you got it, and that's what it is. So I'm looking forward to him getting back, man. But a BX, man, this is good, man. And once the show go off, we'll chat behind the screens and everything. And I get what we talk some things, but it's a salute, having everybody on. So, we're going to get into a little bit more content, and we'll jump off, and then, we could cut it up behind the scenes, because I do got the morning show coming on in the morning. So I got to, prepare for that. But it's been good, man. And I'm glad you came on, brother. And anytime the night show is in effect, y'all pop on, you know what I mean? And I love you guys' content. I love your dialogue. I love y'all intellect. And, we don't speak hyperbole here. We speak facts. You know what I mean? I'm not a hyperbole. It says Knicks real talk. It's not no hyperbole up in here. I ain't trying to spit no propaganda. No, we just try to be real talk. I'm not the New York tabloid. You know what I mean? I'm keeping it real. I'm not a tabloid. I'm just a brother who loves talking Knicks. And it started this show, Knicks Real Talk, and I'm a real dude. We love talking real stuff. So we got it popping up in here tonight, man. I love everybody's dialogue, as always. And but y'all doors always open, man. So y'all come up here on when I'm on, man, and we do what we doing now. Enjoy y'all on the panel. It was all good. Spread love. But let me ask you a question, BX, before we head out, man. What you think is going? What do you think is going to happen at the deadline? Your final thoughts on that? Do you think we're going to make a move, or we going to chill or stay packed, or we going to deal or no deal?
No, final thought. I think they're going to get Oladipo. I think I think so, because with Ariza going to Miami, I don't see Miami trying to trade for Falling Depot, even though he wants to be there, that's how we could get him in the if it's true we get him as a free agent. I think then Depot, I think so. But me personally, as a wish list, I would like to get, and it just came up, and the more I think about it, the more it marinates on me. I would like that is getting Ball and Turner could sign Ball unrestricted, and he's your guy. You got the bird rights, the matching rights, and make it happen. The thing is, if they were smart enough to get rid of all those our lottery picks that we don't want for those guys, and we have money, and Indiana could have money under the cap and XYZ. Even if we give up a Mitch, I would hate to lose Mitch. I would like to see if they take Noel first, but and with that and get rid of that contract, I would love that. The perfect scenario was to get, but it's not gonna happen. Get all three of those guys because you now you put Bullock in the, you could trade Burks and you put Bullock in the starting in the second unit, and fine. That's my take. I would like to see that. I would like to see that. If anything, if they can't do either one of those, I definitely would get. I would like to get an Oladipo or like you said, or Rudy Gay is my call, but that's like a dark horse thing. That's a who knows that's a dark horse trade scenario. But yeah, I see that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's been good, man. And like that's interesting too. But it's it's amazing to me that San Antonio Spurs are 20-16, so they might try to fight for a playoff spot too. So I don't know, other than Aldridge, they seem like they winning without him. Playing a lot of basketball. So, but yeah, that Rudy Gay thing, I love that one, man. I agree with you on that. I love to have that savvy veteran dude down here. I kind of spoke about that earlier in the show when you first introduced that to me. You thought about that a couple of days ago. I was like, you know what? BX on point with that. Rudy Gay is that type of veteran ball player that's not coming in here to try to take over. He just want to get in there, help Taj Gibson and Derrick Rose as a veteran, give him the firepower that he can give them and help this team get to the playoffs. And I think that he'd be an excellent pickup. You know what I mean? And so I'm excited, man. Great show, man. I'm sorry you had to jump on a little later. You know what I mean? But we just stay in tune, man, and give me some last thoughts from you, man, before we head out for the night. Being that you came on late, man, I just want to give you time to express yourself a little more if you want to.
Last thoughts. Only thing I gotta say is this next game is a must win. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is a must win because if we don't win it, we're gonna wind up falling to the bottom of the barrel. Like, you know what I'm saying? And once we fall to the bottom of the barrel, we're gonna fall down there with the crabs in the basket. Where when we trying to climb out, other teams is trying to climb out. They're gonna be trying to pull us down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever, but we just need to win this next game. That's the only thing I'm worried about. Don't come out slouching thinking that it's an automatic win. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because we ain't built like that. Talking to the team, don't come out slouching thinking that this is an automatic win because it's Orlando, okay? We got to come out, play our style of basketball, play our style of defense, get that W, and then we move on to the next game because, like Tibbs says, the games keep coming.
No doubt. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, man, I agree, man. It's one game at a time, you know what I mean? And to go hard every night and just keep it rolling, man. I think we're doing good. We're doing great. Like I said, 20-21. One more, we win the next game tomorrow. We got the same amount of wins we had last year. That's a great accomplishment, you know what I mean? And 40 and 42 games. And then with that win tomorrow, we're back at 500. We got 30 games left, 72. If we go 15 and 15. We come up out of the season with 36 wins. You know what I mean? And that's impressive. You know what I mean? And that's what you call a step. You went from you almost doubled your wins than last year. That would be bananas. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping that we go and do this, man, and we just keep grinding it out. Keep bringing that New York City gritty committee style to the Garden or to whatever arena we go to and go hard. Bite, punch, scrap, whatever, man. We got to get this, man. We need Knicks fans want these boys to get this, and that's what we're gonna do, man. And when we can kick it, I'm gonna go in the broadcast. Y'all welcome to stay on. We can talk after that. But Knicks fans out there, man, Knicks Real Talk the Night Show. We about to sign off, but thanks to BX Jetty 76. Thanks to City for Real for checking in. You know what I mean? And so great show, great content, great dialogue. We here to give it to you cats all the time. That's what we do. We Knicks fans who love to spit content, so we spitting it at you. You know what it is, man. Knicks Real Talk. We about to be out of here, and we gonna get with y'all on the next episode. And the next day, guys, I'll be doing 7:30 in the morning, the morning show. Yeah, I know it's getting up early, going to work. Just tune in and get your Knicks juices flowing. Let me give you some content to get ready for that game tomorrow night. So when you get home, you're like, okay, you know what? I'm amped. I'm ready to sit down in front of that screen, that TV, and we ready to watch the Knicks battle out at the world most famous arena tomorrow. And let's get it, man. And Knicks Real Talk. I'm signing off. Salute to everybody out there checking in. COVID-19 still out there. Wear your mask, wash your hands, social distance, protect your friends, your loved ones, your family. We all in this together, man. We got to get through this pandemic so we can get these fans out there popping so we can walk out on the street and we see Knicks flavor everywhere. You know what I mean? The Guardian can get them people back in there because Knicks is in the building. Y'all know what it is. The Knicks Real Talk. I'm out. Peace.
Stay blessed.
Yes, sir. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. It's the night show. We on prime time. 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 Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. It's the night show. We on prime time. It's the night show. We on prime time. It's the night show. We on prime time. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. It's the night show. We on prime time. It's the night show. We on prime time. It's the night show. We on prime time. It's the night show. Knicks Real Talk in the building. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. BX Jetty 76 City for real. Real Talk. Salute. We in here, man. It's Real Talk, yo. The night show. We in here jamming, doing our thing, man. Sending good vibes to all the Knicks fans out there. It's the night show, man. You know what time it is. Salute. Peace.